Okay guys, so I'm making this video here to remind you guys about a few things that we did during practice and to give you guys some ideas for the games. Okay, so the first thing is it doesn't matter if you're winning or you're losing, it's about improving every game. So the question they should ask yourself is, did I do a better job this game? Am I improving? So that when you run these plays, and you practice, you get better whether you're playing in a game, in the gym, outside with your friends. So it's about just practicing these techniques, okay? Okay, so the first thing is, Alan, I noticed that when you have the ball up top, you're usually looking for Luke to get the pass, right? So I guess the question would be, how can you get the ball to Luke a little easier without somebody coming in and stealing the ball from here, right? Because there's very long distance from here all the way to Luke. So a few things. One of the things that we were practicing on Monday was basically cutting, right? So creating screens. So one of the things that Jason and Luke was practicing was basically running across each other and confusing the defense, right? Because when you run across like this, you basically tie up the defense. They don't know who to guard or how to follow, and it basically potentially opens up Luke, and it also opens up Jason. So now you have two choices. You have the option of passing it to Jason, or you have the option of passing it to Luke. Another option is as they're crossing, Aiden, if you're able to move up, then Aiden could be, because they're expecting the pass to Luke usually, or it's Jason, but Aiden can then be the bridge to get the ball to Luke. So Aiden can basically catch the ball up top if he gets open, and then he has the choice of passing it to Luke or to Jason, who can then go for the shot. So you can use Aiden almost as a bridge between the people who you want to pass it to. You can pass it to him, who can then pass it down to one of these players. Another option is, I know that you're right-handed, Alan, and you like to go to the right. So Jameson has the option also of boxing out for you. So he can basically get in the way of these players, all the defenders here. He can open up a lane for you here, so that you can yourself just come in, dribble, and either pass it down to one of these players, to Jameson, or you can shoot the ball. So you can basically just drive in from here knowing that Jameson blocked for you, set up a screen for you, and you can then basically just take the shot. Another option is to spread the defense in order to get open, right? So if everyone is all in the same place, it's going to be very hard to get a good pass. So one of the things that we can do is we can practice how to pull the defense away from the basket. So Luke, you're very fast. You can walk, and you can also shoot three-pointers. So you can basically walk over to the three-point line. Aiden, you'd be able to do the same thing on the other side. You can mirror what Luke is doing. Jameson, since you're the other guard, you're the other fast one on the court. So you can basically just keep going back and forth like this, trying to get open. And Jason, you have all this space in the paint. All right, so you can move around. Whoa. So you can move around this way. You can move around this way. You can try to get open. But then as you guys are getting open, see how spread apart everyone is? So it gives Allen more chances to be able to get a good pass. But the other option is, as soon as you're able to spread the defense, you can then sprint. You can run really fast. So you move slowly towards the outside, and then you sprint up as fast as you can. All right, that'll leave that'll surprise your defense. That'll leave them behind, and then Allen is then able to get a good pass. Right, so same thing. Aiden, you would pull the defender on the outside, and then you sprint in on the inside. You can even cross. You can go back. But you can sprint in on the inside, and then it just gives Allen more chances to pass. Jameson will be going back and forth. Jason will be up top, right? He can move in all these places, so it just provides for more options. So it's not just about moving up and down, but it's about really pulling your defense out and then sprinting up towards the ball. And if you don't get a pass, then sprint back out and cut back across this way. So let's say Allen is not able to pass to anyone. Everyone is still being well defended. Then Luke, you can go back out and then sprint towards the basket. Aiden will do the same thing. Jason would be able to, same thing, sprint across, and then that's going to allow Allen to get more passes and set up for easier baskets. Okay, so when Dylan has the ball, Dylan is left-handed, so Dylan likes to go to his left. All right, so this is usually Dylan's sweet spot right here. If Dylan can get into this spot right here and he's got the ball and he's open, he's got a very good chance making it in. He's a good shooter from this area, right? So then one of the things that we can do is we can have Ryan come in. Ryan will be going back and forth trying to get open, but Ryan can then come in, catch the ball. Dylan can sprint to his sweet spot. Ryan can pass it back, and then Dylan can shoot his basket. Another option is when we have Vinny on the floor, we are very fast. Vinny is very fast. So Vinny can also try to get open. Vinny, same thing. I would bring the defense out and then race them to the ball. There's very little chance that they're going to be able to keep up with you, right? So if you spread the defense this way and then you run them towards the ball, it's going to allow whoever's got the ball up here to pass it down to you. You can then have the option of either shooting yourself or passing it to some of these big guys, right? So Aaron's pretty tall. Tyler's also a pretty tall forward. So then you also have the option of passing it down for an easy shot or passing it straight across to get it to Tyler, who can then shoot the ball. Tyler's been able to make a few good shots from this part of the court. So if he gets the ball on this end, there's a very good chance that that ball is going to go in. So that's another option that we have. Tyler likes to hang around here. Vinny is usually on this left side of the court, on the left side of the court, and Dylan is also left-handed, so he's usually around here as well. Aaron, since you're the center, you can try to get open by zigzagging, cutting across. You can even cut across for Tyler. This way, Tyler can then come in this way, confuse the defense, and then let's say Vinny had the ball. If he didn't want to shoot, he has the option of passing it to Tyler or to Aaron. So that's another option there, is getting open, knowing where your players like to get the ball, right? Dylan likes to drive into the left. So if Ryan, you're able to catch the ball and pass it back or even screen for him, Vinny, you could even screen for him too. So if you have two players right here that are moving across and they're able to box out some of the defense, it's going to allow Dylan to just keep moving the ball across, knowing that he's protected by these players here because the defense is boxed out, and then he drive in and shoot the ball. If he's not able to shoot, he'll know that he's got Tyler in the middle and Aaron right underneath the basket to be able to get a good pass and shoot the ball. And then he's always got the option of getting back to Vinny and Ryan. But the key is to basically get open. Move across the court. Don't just move up and down. Don't cluster all together. That's how people get the ball stolen. You want to basically spread the defense out as far as you can. And once the defense is nice and spread out, you sprint towards the basketball and you keep moving. You can cut across this way, almost like a diamond shape, or you can go up and then come back down and cut back into the basket. So if you do this movement and all of you guys are moving, there's a better chance of getting a good pass. Don't pass the ball all the way across the court, because you're going to have a lot of defenders looking for that pass on that line. See this line right here? You're going to have a lot of defenders knowing where the pass is going to go and trying to steal the ball. So you want to get a nice bunch of short passes, slow the game down. Don't put up a shot if you don't think it's going to be a good shot. Don't pass the ball if you don't think it's going to be a good pass. Wait till somebody gets open before you are able to shoot the ball, okay? Or pass the ball. All right, guys. Enjoy the game. Communicate. Talk to each other. When you guys are on defense, don't forget, you run back, you protect the paint first, so everybody gets back on their block where they need to be, right? So you get the defenders, you get the forwards on the block, you get the guards right on the foul line. All right, so it's going to be very hard for the defense to be able to get in this space if you have a nice little setup, a nice little shield around the paint. Can you come out and go for the ball, go for the steal? Yes, but you know, you always guard the paint, right? It's a nice little defensive setup right there. And all right, and that's it. Make sure you communicate. Look for that open pass. If you're open, say that you're open. Move your legs, and you know, keep your hands up. And don't forget, this is about showing improvement. It's not about winning or losing. It's about being able to talk to your teammates and being able to get good passes and good shot opportunities. Okay, good luck.